All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, from the chair with Big Money Exchange with Judah Mathew, right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
With your host, Nathan Noss. We call him Wheels because, he's in a wheelchair. Big Money Dodge, you want to put that money up there for a minute? Our co-host, Big Money Dodge, and the reason he holds all that money is because that's his security for Mikey O'Shea. There's a story to come later. And
Mikey
of course,
O'Shea.
I'm the executive producer with the most, who always books all the greatest talent. I'm Anthony Wagner. So,
who booked SoCal Crazy?
I knew that was coming.
You're welcome.
Okay, but who doesn't have to have $100 bills to protect myself against Mikey O'Shea?
Oh, you better knock that crap out. Who booked Rex Disaster, a member of Big Money Exchange? I'm going to say this one more time.
Okay.
To move on. You're welcome.
Okay, Big Money. You better be nice to me because remember, I did say I was going to be nice to you tonight. I could change my mind and do the other comment.
Okay.
But
guys,
we won't do that. So why don't we just get on with the show? Judah, why don't you tell us about you, where you're from, and let's just move on with the show.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about Mikey O'Shea right off? You got everybody itching for it. We'll keep them in suspense.
If you really want to start with Mikey O'Shea, hey, have you had any matches against Mikey O'Shea?
I had a tryout or like a WWE tryout kind of before the show match with him, so I know him somewhat well, but we can keep people in suspense for just wait till the end for the Mikey O'Shea story if you'd rather though. I probably beat anything I have to say,
So it's up to Big Money. It's his story to tell. Do you want to do it now or do you want to wait?
Wait.
Okay.
Okay, so the floor is yours, Judah. Go ahead and let us know about you.
Okay, so I started in 2009. I went to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I trained at Lance Storm School. It's like he used to do it. I don't think he does it anymore, but it's a 3-month program where you train 5 days a week for 3 months, and then you kind of go back to where you could. Some people stayed. Most people just went back to wherever they came from. I'm originally from Lompoc, California, kind of near Santa Barbara. So went back there, hooked up with this guy named Billy Blade, who ran this promotion called Vendetta Pro Wrestling on the Central Coast of California. Kind of worked his shows. And then back in 2019, I moved to Vegas, and I've been working future stars of wrestling out there. Kind of sticking to Nevada and California for now, but trying to break out a little more this year. Had some light years the past couple with COVID and all that, so trying to really hit it before I get too old, and break my hip or something. Get out there and hit some more shows this year. Trying to break records for myself. So that's the basic gist of my wrestling startup, and I don't know. You can go from there.
Very cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, seems how the host and co-host usually start out the questions. I'm going to start them out tonight.
Okay.
And it's okay. You can list Mr. O'Shea as one of the favorite in this topic. Can you tell me your 5 favorite male wrestlers of all times?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if O'Shea's going to be on there. I'll be honest with you. Like he's probably maybe in the top 100. Well, I'd have to think about it. But it's top 5 male, you said, or just in general?
Yes, top 5 male.
I'm a big Mick Foley fan. He's probably my number one. No, it's a tough question. You guys all have your 5 you've done in the past, just kind of set up. Let me think. Probably I don't know. I'm not great with it. It kind of varies. It depends on the mood I'm in, Like I'm always up for a Foley match. I like Bruiser Brody. I like that brawling style. So but I don't know, Bruiser Brody. It's probably top 5 somewhere in there. Let me try and round this out. I like Jake the Snake a lot.
Very nice.
Just because the psychology and all that, like more, like get more out of less, you know. So it's 2 more. Let's see. Oh, I'm a big Super Delphin. You guys familiar with Super Delphin? He's a Japanese wrestler. Yeah. It's back like Michinoku Pro, those type of guys. I kind of became a fan of his because I was you guys play the N64 wrestling games or any of that back in the day? Yeah, so the WCW game came with all these wrestlers. I didn't know who they were. They were like masked guys. There's this one that I took to, and it turned out it was based on Super Delphin, so I kind of go in and watch a lot of his matches. If I'd recommend him, it's the lightweight style. I was always kind of into the lightweight style. I was a little brother growing up, so I'd do all the high flying, even though now I'm 6'4", 230, so I don't do much high flying when I'm wrestling now. But yeah, so I've always been a big fan of that style. So it's Super Delphin, and then maybe just thinking offhand, like along those lines, like I was a big Hakushi, Jinsei Shinzaki fan. I mean, I get into the Japanese stuff once in a while. I've been into that more lately than usual. So it's like a 5 for right now. You ask me in a month, and Foley will still be on top, but it might be a little different. I was into Stan Hansen a couple months ago, so I don't know.
So, he asked us, have we ever told our top 5? Well, you know what? We can do that.
Okay.
And I'll go one better. I'll do the top 5 pro wrestlers, and I'll do the top 5 indie wrestlers.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So, Judah, which would you like first, the indies or the pros?
Say the pros.
Say
Pro?
the
We'll go pros. He seems to know something.
Okay, pros: Kenny Omega, John Moxley, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Bret the Hitman Hart.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know how I left off Bret. I'll switch out one of mine for Bret. You caught
Indies?
me.
Gino Rivera.
Okay.
Julio Rivera. I'll Be Nice, Boom Shasta. I'll even be nicer, Jimmy Mayhem.
Oh, okay.
But those weren't really on my top 5, but I'll be nice.
Just trying to promote, you know.
But, I would have to throw in, I'd have to throw in those two just because they're big money, exchange. But I'd also throw in Hammerstone.
Oh, okay.
And I would throw in Jacob Fatu, which ties into my number 1 indie wrestler.
Got an issue.
Mikey O'Shea.
Oh!
I knew that's the whole purpose, to get back to the indie thing.
So, Mr. Money, you can either answer the question or you could ask a question.
Top 5 indies. Boom Mayhem, a.k.a. Boom Shasta. Gino, I told you so, Rivera. People might hate me for this, but Danny freaking Limelight. God, I'm getting a blank. Jack Bruce Davidson. He's from Orange. Oh, who's this?
Hi, who's it?
I think one of my friends. I don't know if he's allowed to. Oh, I might have sent him the wrong link. Okay.
It's
all right. You can fit in.
It's okay. You can sit in.
Hey, I'll get out of here. I didn't know, man.
No,
to watch and
you can sit in. You can sit in.
Wrestle, sir.
Yeah, it's one of my old friends from Lompoc, Ramiro.
Oh,
yeah. Welcome, Ramiro.
Very
Hey, thanks. I don't even know what I'm in.
You're in for a treat. How about that?
Yeah.
Hey, any time here with the Apostles, always a treat.
Yeah.
I'll get out, man. If you guys are doing like a live show, I don't want to be a buzzkill or anything. I didn't know what it was, dude. I thought it was like one of your YouTube links or whatever. Check it out.
Yeah, I haven't used this
Well-
service before, so I might have sent the
How do I
login
Really quick,
link.
if you want to check it out on YouTube, I mean, you're more than welcome to stay. But if you want to check it out on YouTube, just look up From the Chair with Nathan Noss, or on Facebook, the From the Chair Facebook page.
Right on. Yeah, I'll peep it. Yeah, no worries, man. Hey, like I said, apologies. Yeah, I don't want to ruin your guys' show. So whatever
No,
vibe you guys got going,
You're
apologize for
good, bro.
anything.
You're good.
You're good, dude.
You're good. No
I'll be a
apologies.
kill.
All right.
You're blessed.
I'll check it out later. Like, yeah, hey, keep doing what you guys are doing though, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Later.
Sorry about that running, guys.
So that was our
No,
commercial.
that's fine.
That was a commercial.
That was cool. I mean, and that was the
That
first.
was cool.
Was that a
that
first
was a
I thought
time?
it was going to
That
be
was the
like
first
a
show?
component of your
Okay.
next show.
Yeah, that's why I paused,
Ooh, here we
because I
go.
was like, I don't
Yeah,
recognize that name.
I just saw the picture. I was like, wait a minute. I think I know that guy. What's he doing?
So, my question now, the $1 million question, you're welcome, is your top 5 indie female wrestlers.
Oh, for me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
for you.
Oh man,
I don't ask myself questions.
top 5
Especially
female
with my
indies.
promotion.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I have
It could
to-
be pro too. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
thought indie.
Let me think. So there's I'll run off some names. Maybe I'll have to look at my phone really quick because I've met some recently that I don't have the exact name down, but I'll just throw for now. So I've been working FSW, Future Stars of Wrestling, in Las Vegas, and the champ there is Viva Van. I don't know if you guys are familiar with
I've heard
her.
of her, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She's got a cool look, and she works hard, and she always tries to show out, and she's women's champ for a reason. So I'd say that's one of the 5. Let me look really quick at this one. Yeah, the whole FSW, they have a pretty decent women's division. That seems like that's one of the things the owner Joe seeks out, is to always have some women's matches on the show. Let me think. Trisha Dora, do you consider her?
Trisha Dora.
as,
Yeah, I would
indie?
consider that one.
She does some Ring of Honor, but like I've seen her, she's pretty cool. She's got both of them. I'd say they both have like when you see them on a show, you're like, you don't mistake them for somebody else. You don't go like, oh, like that looks like this other wrestler. Like they got a specific look. I think that's really important with the being decent in the ring too helps, and talking and all that, but having like a distinct look helps out a lot. Because I mean, even WWE right now, I'll watch some of the women's matches and it looks like they all went to the same like tailor for their gear, and it's like there's like, it's like a 4-way tag match, and like 3 out of the 4 teams all have like same colors, and it's like same style of gear, and it's like, I mean, they're big enough stars, you know who it is, but also like if you're like a casual fan, you come in and watch this, you're like, oh, is it these 6 girls versus these 2, or like it's just I don't know, it kind of throws you off. So I like when they have unique looks, just wrestlers in general. Let me see. I was gonna say Brittany Brooks. Have you guys heard of her?
Yep.
Interviewed her.
We actually
Yeah.
interviewed her.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I've seen her on a few FSW shows, and she seems like she'll probably go somewhere for sure. Because
yeah.
she's
Go
young.
like this for days.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I didn't talk to her a ton, but she's very nice and
Yes, she is.
works hard and always shows out. And then
I see her coming up in the WWE or.
oh yeah, she's one of
Yeah.
those that probably get a tryout sooner than later. And then I just saw I was in Vegas last weekend for the AEW. I normally live there. And I went to this Dark Arts Entertainment show. They did they do wrestling shows in Vegas. I think it's like this guy named Super Beast. I don't know if you ever familiar with
I've
him.
heard of him, yeah.
I think it's him, and then the Sheik, Dark Sheik. They kind of run. From what I've heard, that's who runs it, kind of. And there's this girl called Black Swan. Have you heard of her?
Okay. Yeah.
So she does
But that sounds intriguing.
Yeah. It's a good gimmick. It's like she's a ballerina. I think she's a legit ballerina, and she has like the Black Swan. Like, you ever seen the movie with Natalie Portman?
Yeah.
Very similar outfit, all black, like the black eye makeup, and she does like she's athletic. She's only been working for a limited time, from what I can tell. But like, I watched the match the other day with her, and she was. I mean, seems like another one that you could send to a WWE tryout. And the way they do it, it seems like they want to train you, like, better to get you earlier than later on a lot of people if they're training people. So I could see her doing a tryout and them just going, hey, she's a good athlete. She does these cool, like, ballet type gimmicks in the ring. So I think is that 4 or I don't know. But that's all I can think of offhand right now. If you guys want to throw in anything or
Sounds good.
Go ahead, Nate.
So I'm gonna do my top 5 list, but I'm gonna do a combination of like the pros and the independents, just to make it go faster.
Yeah.
My one would be Roddy Piper, and that's just because he's a legend and I got to meet him.
Oh, nice.
Gino Rivera.
Okay.
Just because I think he'll be in the WWE like within like months. Like,
yeah, he's great. He gets great heat from what I've seen on shows.
And then of course, Boom Shasta, Jimmy Mayhem, and Rex Disaster.
No.
Just because he was amazing when we interviewed him the other day.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, Tony, you're welcome.
Nathan, you know you don't have to kiss his ass, right?
No, I'm serious though. This guy, like, the man took kidney shots like 2 days in a row and landed head first on the concrete. If you can't give him respect for that, then like,
sounds rough.
So my question though is, how did the name the Apostle come about? Because that's very cool gimmick.
Honestly, I had my first match. It was in a old mattress warehouse for a furniture store. We set up a ring, and I just kind of came out as just like Big Dan or something, like some kind of just nothing name. And then some dude just got up and was like, Jesus. And so the promoter was like, hey, you got to be a Jesus now. And I'm like, all right, sounds good enough for me. And then kind of went from there, found took on a Bible-y name, and here you could be the Apostle. How about the Apostle? And that's kind of how it went.
Nice.
Let the fans choose. You gotta go with what the fans want.
Well, then my name would be A-hole.
Well, I mean, you got the money to overcome that, right?
True. True.
Enough money, you don't have to be an a-hole anymore.
Tony Khan, go ahead.
Make that announcement.
You want me to make an announcement?
No.
I could make an announcement. Mr. Noss, I don't know why you're being so nice to Mr. Dodge tonight. Oh, that's right, because your mama has your balls tonight.
Oh,
that is so wrong on so many levels that I'm not even.
Family show.
But my question is, Who are
That
some
was
of your
so
biggest
low, he can't
rivals?
even remember what the question is.
What are some of your biggest rivals?
So right now I've been I think I've had like 5 matches in a row with this guy named Big Fonz. You guys heard of Big Fonz?
Yeah.
Yeah, so somehow, and this is not just, it's not like the same place. It was like in Vegas and California. It's just somehow we keep getting matched up. So right now I'd say that's one of the biggest. He seems really good though. He's another guy like those the women I mentioned that he could probably go somewhere. He's got a great look. The In the past, you guys keep bringing up SoCal Crazy. I think I won a title from him in Vendetta back maybe like 5 or more years ago. We kind of had, we were supposed to start a rivalry. I think we only had a few matches, but let's say that or this, yeah. I'm trying to think back who I consistently, a lot of Vendetta guys that maybe don't work as much. There's this guy named Clay Towser. He's a big powerlifting champion. And he wrestled for a while around Central Coast, California. I had a thing with him. This guy named Ricky Ruffin. I had quite a few matches with that guy, but I don't know. It's just I haven't. Hopefully in FSW, I'll pick up a bigger rivalry. Get that going. I was in FSW. I was kind of having an unofficial rivalry with this guy named Brandon G, where I had about 3 different matches with him in a few month period, and it was usually me kicking him in the face pretty quickly. So it's not much of a rivalry, but yeah. Oh yeah.
You made contact though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, not 3 feet missing. Good.
No. Usually, if 3 feet miss, I do it again. You know, till I hit it. You keep trying.
Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Don, your question?
Yep.
My question. You ready for this?
Okay. I don't know. Does it involve Mikey O'Shea or?
No. All right, Nate, go ahead.
No.
No, he just ruined it.
Oh, sorry.
The moment's passed.
Sorry. I'll stop bringing
What's
him up.
the scariest injury you've ever had in your career?
Mikey O'Shea.
Oh, no, it's fine with him. I don't know, man.
I need to go to the hospital after this.
I don't know. I'd say, okay, so probably so my elbow's kind of like weird. I got like bursitis or something. So like one time I took like a slam from somebody and it blew up and it was about like a tennis ball. And it just looks kind of scary. It didn't hurt, but it just, I put compression on it and it eventually like the fluid drained out. But like, I think if I hit my bursa sac or whatever is right there and just started swelling up. So it looked bad, but it wasn't. I was like, I had to Google it. Like, am I like, is something gonna happen to my arm? But nah, nothing really. But and like other than that, haven't really been injured much. Like probably the worst thing. There's probably 2 things. Like one time, took a clothesline in the mouth and like kind of cut my lip open. Nothing. Didn't even need stitches. Like nothing crazy. And maybe some concussions. But the thing that messed me up for a long time, I had just done a little like in-ring segment where so I did an arm wrestling contest. I was losing, so I threw holy water in the dude's eye, and then I got my Bible and I go and I smack the dude with the Bible and everybody's kind of like, oh, you hit him with a book, who cares? But it was one of those book safes. And so I opened it up, and there's a brick inside. So I'm like, yeah, like, and everybody's like, oh, brick. He hit him with a brick. So then I go to get out of the ring, and I just jumped down, and I landed on I think it was my left heel, and I couldn't walk for like 3 weeks. It was the stupidest. That's when, like, usually, I mean, you'll see stuff, people do moves and like do crazy moves, and once in a while they'll get injured from it because it's crazy. But for the most part, from what I've heard, it's always the stupidest thing that you
It really
do
is.
that you really get hurt bad because, like, I just stepped out of the ring and then I'm like on my back in the locker room, like elevating it. I had a regular job at the time. I was out of work for like 2 weeks just because I couldn't walk around. It was, yeah, it's, so
I'm
yeah, that
gonna
was
say
probably it.
this. I'm gonna bring the TikToker up. The worst injury I've had is a concussion
Yeah.
because of Mikey O'Shea during training.
Oh,
He threw me to the ropes, and not even a second of turning, he clotheslines me.
ooh, sheesh.
Wasn't ready. Didn't tuck in my chin. Wasn't ready. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was.
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Jeez, that's rough.
Hey, you've
Yeah.
never told us that story before. You've always told us the other one.
Because
Yeah.
I know you would bring it up every show like you have been.
But that had to have been an interesting explanation to your boss on why you had to take 2 weeks off. It's like,
Yeah.
what happened? I was
Yeah.
like, I just stepped out of the ring.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, man. Sorry. Like I can't walk. And then like I don't know, just I think I was I think I was only off for like a few days and then I went back to work. I was a valet. So I was on my feet a lot, so it's kind of this is making it a little worse. But then I had a vacation and I went to a Megadeth concert and I was kind of wasted, so I was just walking around. I got in like it was like a sea of people. I don't know if you ever been to like a big concert, but I was like
Yep.
my friend pushed his way to like the middle of the sea of people, and then it was the kind of thing where like you're stuck, you can't move, you move with the crowd. So if the crowd goes
Yeah.
forward, you go forward. If you go back,
Yep.
so I had slip-on shoes, and one of my shoes came off, and I was like, oh no. And I tried to reach down, I couldn't move to get it. So I was
Yep.
like, I'm screwed. So then the rest of the concert, I'm walking around without the shoe of the foot that's hurt. So then after walking around for the whole night, we go back to the middle, we find my shoe, but it's kind of too late. Like my ankle's wrecked. And that caused me to go 2 weeks out of work. So it was,
Got it.
I mean, I made it worse. It was my fault somewhat, but it's because of wrestling, you know. It's a
Yeah.
dangerous sport.
Yeah.
Man. It's crazy.
Okay, Mr. Mama's Balls, do you have a question for him?
Mama's balls. What's going on?
I have no idea. So you did a documentary called The Traveling Circus,
Oh yeah.
which was a good documentary, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, so I was going to this community college called Allen Hancock on the Central Coast, and I took a film class, and just kind of like it was a documentary film class. You could do whatever you want, and so I picked wrestling, of course, because I had access to all these personalities and whatever. I knew there was like there's all this old footage of I probably made it like 6 months to a year after this whole incident happened at the show where one of the wrestlers or a few of the wrestlers drank before a death match type thing, and kind of, which I've heard is somewhat. I don't tend to do a lot of death match shows with death matches on them, but some guys they like I'll take a drink that'll make me bleed more, and I won't feel it, and like. But then sometimes people go too far, you know, get carried away, have addiction problems, whatever it is. And so like there was an incident at this show where a guy got too drunk, started tossing ladders, almost hit a kid, like just was kind of like embarrassing, started almost fighting with the promoter. So and then it turned to it kind of split as indie wrestling tends to do. There'll be a guy promoting a show and he has a ring and calls up wrestlers, has a show. This other guy's like, well, I don't like that guy anymore. I'm going to have shows now. You can't work their shows if you work my shows. And it's just kind of, that's what the documentary is basically about how indie wrestling is it very much is I named it Traveling Circus because you go to a town, you set up the tent, whatever, like you would at a circus, and then tear down onto the next town. But I mean, the wrestlers are somewhat like carnies, you know. Just I mean, even in WWE and all levels, it's a very carny business when it comes down to it. Just trying to get that across on the indie level. If you watch it, you said you watched it. I mean, I was pretty early in my. I did the whole thing, pretty much the whole thing myself. So I was kind of like learning as I went. Like you'll see one interview, Buddy Royal. He's like squinting because the light's right in his eye. I wasn't using a shade. I didn't know what I was doing, but I think by the end I kind of got the hang of it more. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun to do. It was time consuming, but I think I got an A for it. It was pretty good.
I can see that it was well done. You got the story, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
It was fun to make
good.
too. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Somebody's watching still.
All right. I
Right,
guess
Tony
that means
Khan.
it's my turn. Okay. Let's see here. Give me the top 5. Let's do top 5 tag teams.
Okay, tag teams. Let me see. Like I said earlier, like I've been watching a lot of old Japan stuff. Like I liked Brody and Hansen. I liked when they that kind of style of stuff. So that's one. Another would probably be I mean, like Road Warriors. Road Warriors are always a solid choice. I don't know how many matches they really had, but I always watch these. There's a few that I watch on YouTube or whatever. It's like Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow were a tag team in Japan one time, and they had this crazy match with the Steiners where they were just like Steiners toss one, Vader cuts them off, like just kind of like chaos, like these huge guys getting tossed around, and then getting back on them. I always thought that was fun. Yeah, I always liked the Steiners too. Steiners were always solid. And then I'll throw this one out there. Like I liked what was it, Doug Furness and Phil LaFawn or Dan Crawford or whatever his name is.
Yep.
I think he went by both names, but that was. I remember that like when I was younger, they were coming to WWF. And I thought it was going to be cool because I had read in magazines like, "Oh, these guys are great," but they didn't get off the ground like Japan. You know, they're just kind of trying to make some money, I guess. But if you go back and watch their Japan stuff, they're great. They're a lot of fun.
Their ECW stuff was pretty good.
Yeah, some of that too. Yeah, they were still pretty good there. They just WWF. I think I heard like WWF. They're just kind of like, let's cash a paycheck or whatever, but or they were probably constricted by whatever they were allowed to do too.
I think WWF at the time was trying to make them too much like the Steiners.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
So I think they were kind of doomed from the start for that, you know, because there's only one Steiner brother. So
yeah, exactly.
So my question to you, if you can book a WrestleMania card, 6 matches, who would be on the card against who? Who would be against who?
Is this, are you saying like current day or like all time or like
any, doesn't matter.
All right. I mean, like, and then what about like? Are you saying, like am I trying to book like the best WrestleMania show, or I'm just like
best?
Like Cactus Jack versus Mankind is like, or you know, like something.
Hey, you can do that. Crazy. You can do whatever you want.
Go for it.
Like,
I'll just I don't know. I'll just go like a traditional like if everybody was still alive and all that.
Yeah.
And in good health, in their prime. Maybe like
match number 1. Who would you have?
Like opening match?
Yep.
Or
opening match.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe like Taka Michinoku versus Jerry Lynn. How about that?
Ooh.
I don't know. Yeah,
No,
I like
that's
this.
good.
That was
I'll just
interesting.
yeah. I'll just do some rant. I wonder if they ever work together. I would
Spontaneous,
assume,
do it. Just that.
but
Maybe an ECW.
yeah, there's a chance, or he was Mr. JL or whatever. I don't think
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, who knows? So how about that for an opener? Then do like a tag match. Maybe we'll do Furnace and LaFawn versus Steiners. I think that would be fun. Let's do what else? Maybe could do like I think maybe a Waylon Mercy match. We'll just throw Waylon Mercy in there for some reason. I just thought of him. He could go against I don't even know. The Goon. We'll just throw in a weird jobber match, like Goon versus Waylon Mercy. It's like
This is your show.
yeah. I just think that'll be a little nice. See, I don't like going to shows and I gotta I gotta use the bathroom and like, oh no, like I don't want to miss this thing. So like maybe that's the bathroom match. Maybe I want to see that match and that everybody's in the bathroom and I know right after this match I can go to the bathroom because everybody's going at that time. So that's my strategy. It'd be cool like we get a UWFI style match. Like get like Shamrock and Vader did some of that, but maybe like oh here we go. Do like Bas Rutten. You guys are Bas Rutten, the UFC guy. You ever seen it? He had a couple matches in New Japan, I think.
Yep.
Or somewhere. Yeah, like I thought he had a great match with what's his name? The Blue Justice. I forget his name. Right now, but anyway, yeah, you can throw Bas Rutten and Ken Shamrock. I think they probably had a Pancrase fight or something. Maybe we'll just do a wrestling match, but with them, I think that might be fun. They're pretty charismatic.
That would be fun.
Yeah, so that's like 4 matches, and then I don't know, semi-main. We do like maybe I'd put Foley there. I put Foley and Foley and Funk. I'm a big fan of that was it when he wrestled as Mick Foley on Raw that one time, and it was against Terry Funk. They had this cool brawl, and I'd like to see something like that again. That'd be fun. And then main event, I'd probably put like Brett in there just because you can't really go wrong. Maybe like a modern guy like what would be cool, like I feel like I heard him say this, like Brett and Brock might be cool, like like work with a big monster like that, and he never really got to. It was a little too late. Or if not Brock, then maybe Kurt Angle, Brett. I think that would be like an amazing match. And it'd deliver. I don't think anybody could top that on the show I just put. Probably not. I mean, maybe come close to Waylon Mercy the Goon, but I don't know. I think Brett and Angle could top it, maybe. Yeah, that's what you guys got any dream match you throw out there? Or?
I got a revenge match that
I
want to happen. The Mayhem Brothers, Jimmy Mayhem, Boom Mayhem, versus Downfall Cathedral. That's Ryan Riven and Ramrock from Arizona.
Oh, okay. Nice. Sounds cool. I'll have to check those guys out. Are they like Arizona Wrestling Federation or?
They're all over
Okay.
Arizona. They're really a great team.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
everybody, you heard that. I said they're a great team. Not as great as us, but
Oh, okay.
they're there.
Nice. Nice.
What about you, Nate or Tony? Dream match.
Mine would be kind of a interesting one because it'd be a mixture of styles. Be a tag match. It'd be Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson versus Keith Lee and Shane Taylor.
Oh, okay. That'd be fun.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Be do a lot of interesting things there.
Tony, what about you? What about a dream match?
Mine would be probably anything with the Big Money Exchange versus maybe a team of Jacob Fatu and Mikey O'Shea with the stipulation when Mikey O'Shea and Jacob Fatu win, they get 10 minutes alone with Big Money Dodge.
Oh, that sounds, man.
I'm gonna retire.
It's like a dog
soon.
with a bone.
I'm gonna retire soon.
Oh man.
Put my 2-week notice in.
Oh, that's rough. They won't give you a break
See
on
what
this
I
Mikey
get
O'Shea,
every day?
man.
Hey, I'm trying to take the high road.
Dang, does
Wait.
Mikey know about how much he's? Does he vanity search? If he vanity searches, this is gonna come up. Like we've
Would
said
you
it.
like to hear the story about Mikey?
Sure.
Kinda now. I mean, it's been brought
I
up
know we're
every.
bringing it
Yeah,
up
I
again,
know.
But I respect. He was my very first trainer, right?
Oh, okay.
So years later, been in the business 8 years. Relentless Pro Wrestling in Orange, California, recently had a show.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, being a manager, I said, hey, put Jimmy in the match. Okay, no problem. Who are we going to face? Mikey O'Shea. I'm like, dude, let's do it. Whatever. Like, that's my first trainer. This is going to be great. He's going to see how I grew. So, before I flew down to Southern California, he had an interview with Rain. She's a very well-known announcer in the indies out there. And, well, let's just say Mikey's promo, I thought he was legit. Like, I follow him on his TikTok and all this. And so anyways, he said pretty much, you get interfere in my match, you'll know, threatening me. So
Yeah.
I get to the venue scared as hell. I'm like, where the hell's Mikey?
Oh, no.
Where's Mikey? Like, and he gives me a big hug, like, oh my God, Doc, I haven't seen you in forever. I'm like, oh, cool. Whew, I can breathe. So during the match, now it's a match. So Jimmy and Mikey duke it out. Jimmy's laying in the middle of the ring. As a manager, I was going to help him out. But the stupid zebra referee decides, hey, you can't go in. You can't come in. As I'm begging and pleading with the ref, I look over. Mikey's getting up, walking over to me. I'm like, oh, God, am I die? Grabs my $100 shirt. Very, very fragile, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
And he says, I told you, don't get into my match. So he's about to deck me. He turns around. Jimmy's about to wail on him. And Mikey ducks. The fist coming from here to here.
Oh, no.
I fly 2 feet off the apron, head first on the chair. I was knocked out for 2 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
So as I'm laying here, all I could hear is Jimmy yelling, Dodge, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Kids are saying, oh, you need a doctor, you need a doctor. I'm like, sell it, sell it, sell it. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Anyways, I get up. I mean, thank God this lady wasn't like all offended by me grabbing her thigh because I really didn't know what the hell I was grabbing just to get up. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. She's like, you're good, you're good. You okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. All of a sudden, I see Mikey like coming at me, and Jimmy saves the day after he knocks me out. So, anyways, that's why he picks on me with Mikey O'Shea because I got in his match.
Okay.
But
Dang.
in reality, I respect Mikey. I love Mikey. He was my very first trainer, and just yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he's a good guy every time I met him. So
He really is.
Yeah.
But during the show, ouch.
Yeah. It's a switch flips and it's a different story. Right?
All right. Well, moving on from Mikey O'Shea, then. Hey, Dodge, I just booked another friend of yours.
Oh, God, now what?
Legend Daryl.
Are you serious right now?
Did you?
I won't be in that. I hope you know that. I will not be in that.
Got you. Whose question?
Tricked him.
I don't know what he did going into this interview, but it's like on today for some reason.
Shut up, no balls.
You are gonna give me a heart attack, and I thought my wife would, but you will.
Okay,
careful,
so
she can hear you.
Who's got a question?
She's on her phone.
So, if you had a dream opponent, who would it be and why?
And if you say who I think you're going to say, I am going to.
No, I've already wrestled Mikey once at least. So I mean, for a dream opponent, let me think. Like, I mean, obviously, like Foley or Brett would have been like a real dream opponent. You know, like seems like those would be my top two. If I had to go, like, just like a realistic choice right now of anybody. Oh, you know who I really like? I don't know if I really want to wrestle him, but Rush. I've liked Rush a lot. He's very just like let's go for it, throwing people, like just kind of brawler, like he reminds me of like a Brody style, like not only the hair but just like come on, like he's not gonna give you anything, you know. You gotta earn it. So that'd be a good one. Maybe like of course like Kenny Omega, somebody like that where you could just have no matter, like he can't have a bad match, you know, usually. Or if I was gonna say like indies right now, I'd have to think about that one. You guys mentioned Hammerstone earlier. I wrestled him once a couple years ago, and that was cool. I'd like to do that again. That'd be fun. He's a good challenge. A big guy and hard to maneuver around, you know. So it's always a challenge. So go with that for now, I guess. Gave you about 5 dream matches or whatever, but yeah.
No, that's good.
Cool.
Big buddy, you're up.
Oh, it's me.
Yep.
He's texting Mikey O'Shea right now. I think he's like,
quit texting Mikey.
Like, I didn't mean it, man.
I'm so sorry. We're friends. I love you. Goodbye. No. Let me see. Besides Gangrel, who's the other biggest name you've wrestled?
Oh, probably Hammerstone. It's like I'm trying to think back, like Vendetta. Yeah, I wrestled Gangrel and Vendetta about 10 years ago, and then just I don't know. Since then, just Hammerstone, probably the biggest name. Yeah, he's really good. He's just like the most muscular person I've ever been in with there, too.
And he's
just
natural.
insane.
He's not steroid.
Yeah, it's insane. He's a lot of oatmeal. You know, that's the key. I think.
That's true.
That's what everybody says. They're like, "Oh, it's the oatmeal." You know, like that's what all these jack dudes are saying. So, got to get more oatmeal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of my final questions, and I'll be nice this time because I do appreciate everything that Dodge and Nathan do. I've just got to be the asshole sometimes, and
I'm gonna record what you just said. Hold on.
And I've been
Save that.
picking.
recording.
Make a drop for later.
I've been picking on Dodge for the last 2 days, and I promised him I
Oh,
wouldn't.
man.
I wouldn't pick on him much tonight,
How's
and that's
that
why.
working?
And that's why. Hey, at least it's the Mikey O'Shea thing. It could have been worse.
And he ignores. Moving on.
But anyways, moving on. So I do apologize. Nothing but love to both of these guys. I've got to be silly sometimes.
Yeah. It's more fun
Next
that
question.
way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, in homage to Mr. Dodge, this is where this was leading. Your top 5 favorite managers, please.
Oh, okay.
Just remember, number 1 is me. So go
I
to
mean,
the other 4.
I'll throw you. Yeah, I'll do 5 anyway. Like you're number 1, of course. Like I've just, but I'll just do like a 5 hypothetical. Probably like I don't know, like Heenan. You can't like really top Heenan or Cornette. They're both like probably. I think about it like they get the most heat, like that they do it all. They'll take like take the bumps, like whatever, just do whatever it takes to get hated or loved or whatever. And then like the other 3, I'm trying to think. I feel like there's somebody that's not commonly said that I'm trying to think of. I don't know. I'll throw in like a modern one. Who did I? Or more modern. You remember? What's his name? Umaga's manager.
Armando
Estrada. Yeah. He was like awesome. And then they tried. They're like they didn't. Whatever they did, they didn't like managers at the time. They were like make him a wrestler. He's in great shape, but he was a better manager than a wrestler.
Yeah.
Like. I feel like he could have been something way bigger, but and then he's out of the business, so it sucks, man.
Yeah. And then they tried to make him a general manager, but he was still talking in that deep accent, so you couldn't understand like half the stuff he was saying.
Yeah, he's definitely better off as a manager than anything else. Like, somebody needs to find him, bring him back somehow. Like get him. AEW, I'm surprised. Maybe he just doesn't want back in, but. They really need a manager. AEW loved managers for a while, right?
Hey, Tony Khan.
Yeah, call. He's probably watching. He's not too busy, right?
We could both make an announcement that I'm gonna be there. Next announcement. Got it. I'll see you next week.
Here's one. Jameson. You guys remember Jameson? Yeah, he's kind of a manager, right?
I would count that.
He's probably only around like 2 weeks, but I'll never forget he got thrown off the building by I think it was the Warlord or something or somebody like that. Yeah, he got tossed off the building. He never came back. So throw him. He's I think he's unappreciated for his 2 weeks in the business or whatever it was.
He has a great record.
And just like for one more, I'll just say like Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart's pretty solid. I'm sure there's others. You got any? What's your top favorite for both of you guys?
Well,
favorite
not
manager,
to brag or anything.
Besides yourself.
Besides yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, besides.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
I mean,
can't throw myself in there.
I think everybody here agrees you're the best manager of all time.
Well, of course. I mean,
except maybe this guy, Tony Khan, up here.
No, you're number 1.
Oh, really? Thank
you. Jeez, man, you're gonna mess up the algorithms. They're gonna
right.
get flags.
No, okay. Who's your top, Dodge?
Bobby the Brain Heenan is a given.
Yeah.
Number one of all. Paul Heyman.
Mm. Yeah.
Paul Heyman.
That is great.
I can't even think now because of this guy. Let's see.
Well, maybe it's because
I'm
your
not
wife
going
has
to
something.
say the Golden Voice because he's not even on my level. Just well, there's really not a lot of wrestling managers now.
Yeah. A little harder.
Who's the one that did Yokozuna?
Oh, Mr.
Mr.
Fuji.
Fuji was one. And Gucci. He manages
Mr. Gucci. Yeah,
No.
for Kaientai.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm talking Ramrocks and Rivens.
Oh,
Manager.
Gucci. Yeah, gotcha.
Tom Gucci. He's over 20 years in the business. Very smart man, and so, and then of course, that's my five. Me,
Okay.
Bobby.
Nice.
But you couldn't say yourself, so you still
I
owe
said
us one
myself
more.
first, but they kept
But-
saying.
So you
Besides-
owe us one. So you owe us one more because you can't
oh my
use yourself.
God, the smart guys.
Oh, you know what I was gonna say? I just remembered. I don't know. You guys watch AEW, but Don Callis the other day. He's insane. Like he might be more heat than Dominic on WWE. You know, like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
If
really
not close.
got me pissed off is the whole Dom thing, and then I think it was WrestleMania that the police escorted him.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that
what
was
did
cool.
he get put in again? Like,
Well,
Or
he's
that's-
Yeah,
just.
I never understood
Yeah.
that part either.
Yeah, I think it's
Different.
more like, oh, he's just. This is his cool entrance. Than like, I got arrested. I'm getting out for Mania.
yeah,
but,
like,
but
you
yeah,
were
they should have
just
put
on
him back
Raw.
in there. Like, he's getting out for Mania.
Or
Yeah,
it could have
exactly.
been like a parole violation or something.
Yeah,
like
like-
the SmackDown before or something.
They should have said something on commentary, like he was within 1,000 feet of his mom or something. You
At
know?
least
Yeah,
throw
there you
some little promo
Yeah.
before WrestleMania.
Yeah, that
to
would've been
make it
fun.
make sense, but they didn't.
Yeah, they just. I mean, they. Why did Seth Rollins have a conductor? You know, is like they didn't really explain that, so it's like, I just kind of chalk it up to being a fun entrance, but
True story.
yeah.
So my top 5 really quick was Bobby Heenan,
Big money
Paul-
dodge.
Paul Heyman, the Reverend Slick,
Oh, yeah,
slick,
yeah. Jive Soul, bro.
and Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And because of the way she manipulated like one storyline beautifully, Sweet Sapphire.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Sapphire.
Yeah.
Good.
That's a good one. That's like you wouldn't think about her, but yeah, she's a big part. Yeah, when I was
Yeah,
young.
she was.
Tony.
Oh,
And
I
no,
agree with
Mikey
every-
O'Shea was never a manager, so I'm good.
Not necessarily. He was in the WCW.
Be quiet
CWC.
over there.
Oh,
Guy
He
Cool
wasn't
is a manager.
he was in the WCWC, but I picked on Dodge enough.
Thank you. I was going to go to the ER if you kept picking on me.
In fact, I'll just do my top 5 and then we'll go into closing
Yes, sir.
because it's that time already. So
Yep.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, Paul Heyman. I'm surprised nobody said Paul Bearer.
oh yeah. There you go.
Oh,
We messed up.
Sensational Sherry,
Yeah.
and of course, Miss Elizabeth.
Solid picks.
So, with that being said, where can
Nobody
we find
said
you?
Terry Reynolds. Wow.
that's a good one too.
Nobody said
I
yeah,
just
that's a good one
remembered.
too.
I'm like, Gold Dust.
Yeah.
Hello.
So where can we find you on social medias, and what do you have upcoming?
Okay, so I got let me see my my social media. I gotta look at it because I don't use Instagram that much, so I don't know the exact thing. Well, my Twitter is at Judah Mathew with 2 T's. So if you put 1 T, it might not come up. You gotta do 2 T's. The Instagram is Judah_Mathew with 1 T for some reason. I don't know what happened, guys. It's misspelling my own name. But yeah, I'm on Twitter a lot, just looking at stuff. So yeah, you want to hit me up there. The show wise, I've been working FSW once in a while. That's Future Stars of Wrestling in Las Vegas. They got a show coming up June 18th. It's like an anniversary show at the Silverton Casino. So, I mean, haven't been booked yet, but I'm just throwing it out there. I might show up. I don't know. I might be there. If I'm not on the show, I'll be drinking beers or something, you know. Otherwise, and then I've been working puppet. I just got back from a show in Oakland last night or Saturday night for this Puppet Master Dojo. You guys ever hear of Jekyll's the Jester? He ran out of San Leandro, California, at this brewery, Drake's Brewery. So it's kind of right near Oakland Airport. That was a good time. So look. I don't know. Just keep an eye out. I'll promote stuff on my Twitter if you go there, or Instagram. Nothing set up for the next few days, but I'll have it on there if I'm working.
Very cool. And now
you keep up the great work, bro.
Oh,
exactly.
Keep it up. Be safe, but have fun.
Oh yeah, you gotta have fun. You know.
And you have to make money.
You gotta get the money too.
You have to.
Exactly.
And now for the props, Mr. Nos. This whole week is now officially booked because of his hard work and dedication this morning. So tomorrow night we welcome Conde Federico. Wednesday night we have a cancellation, but already a backup guest, Hellbound member, and a personal friend of our host, Draven Vargas. Should be a great interview. Can't wait to ask him about the match of 1,000 nut shots. On Thursday, we have Tombstone and Son. And we have Damian Malice also that evening. So 2 interviews on Thursday. Wow. And Friday, we have the very first man that brought Mr. Big Money, whatever his name is, into the business. And Big Money A-hole. How about that? Sean Black.
Oh, yeah. That's a good guy.
Yeah, he introduced me to professional wrestling out here.
Nice.
So we'd also like to thank our...
Since Tony's been picking on Big Money, let me take the sponsors today. And everybody check out Big Money Compound.
No.
Everybody check out Big Money Compound on next Tuesday. Starting next Tuesday, anybody that's in wrestling, anybody that wants to go into wrestling, please check out Steve's Compound. Great show. Big Money Compound. First guest speaker and trainer is SoCal Crazy. Now I will let Mr. Nos take the rest of the sponsors.
So our other sponsor is the CARE program, which stands for Community Action Reaching Everybody. And to find the person in charge of that, you can find Becky Bernhardt on Facebook, and also Bruce Nichols Painting for all your painting needs, pressure washing, and lead removal. And you can find him on Edge.
Good.
And that
now
you can take to the bank.
Now, on behalf of Big Money Dodge and No Balls Nos and our guest Judah Matthews, I'm Tony. Nathan, you stink, man. It's time for your flea dip. And good night.
Good night.
All right.